Sorry, guys. So once again, hello, welcome to a new episode of the Crypto Bull. Small technical error on my part, forgot to log on my microphone. So in today's episode, we'll be doing a live stream analysis of the cryptocurrency project called KASPA. Now, for those who are familiar with my live streams, will know how this kind of live stream goes, how the analysis goes. For those who aren't in the know, little update. So the goal of this little live stream is to learn to do your own research. Meaning, I haven't researched one bit about KASPA before starting this live stream. Meaning, we'll go on exploration here. I will learn everything there is about it during this live stream. So without further ado, let us begin. I'm going to present my screen here. Entire screen. There we go. Yeah, StreamYard did a few updates here. I have two tabs open, CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap. Now, before I begin, generally, I take a look at the current state of the cryptocurrency market in order to see if KASPA is following the same trend or has a mind of its own. This in order to better, well, let's just say to better put it in context to see how it performs, etc. If something special is going on, etc. So as you guys can see, market is a little bit in a mix. Generally, Bitcoin still has the highest dominance of all cryptocurrencies in the entire market, meaning we'll be looking at how it is currently performing. On the 24-hour trading, we can see it was doing well, achieved some higher trading levels today, but probably some bad news occurred, some corrections, and we are now trading lower levels near 28k still. 7-day. You can see there's some volatility going on, albeit I dare say average trading level at, I'm going to say 28.25k at average, so sideways trading, albeit there is quite a lot of volatility going on. Try to remember these charts, as I will try to compare them to the ones with KASPA. So 14 days, we see approximately the same trend occurring here, although here it is fluctuating near 28k levels and not so much 28.25 like I said. On the monthly, we see another picture. There was a little dip, upwards trading, so good to remember, see what KASPA is doing. 90 days or 3 months, you can see clearly some uptick here, some nice relief. It's half a year, so we are up. This is the FTX crash that occurred. On the yearly, we can see here a little crash. A long period of sideways trading, the accumulation period in November, December last year. Now finally the relief rally. I'm not going to push it further for the max of Bitcoin, as everyone can verify that one. KASPA, need to type it correctly here. There we go. I'm going to refresh CoinMarketCap. Why am I using both? Well, CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap, both are central hubs for, information hubs to start your research within cryptocurrency and blockchain. Renowned coins will be listed there and will show all information links available, all information freely available, but nicely packed together onto one site. I do both by reason. Sometimes with the listings, not all information is shared on one platform. Sometimes new and update or other information is available on the other. Generally, I stick with CoinGecko, but for convenience sake, I use both websites. Do we see here 2.8 cents worth? In the last 24 hours, it has fallen 22%. That's quite bad. The market was in red, but not as severely. What else do we see here? Market cap $530 million US dollars. Trade 24 trading volume $11,715,000. It's ranked 88. So based on market cap, it's in the top 100 with some nice trading volumes going on. Circulating supply about 17,739,000,000 coins or tokens are circulating. Total supply 17,738. So small discrepancy here. Seems to be more tokens circulating than those available in the supply, which is kind of odd, probably a small error. Let's see what CoinMarketCap says. And that's the reason why I do so. Circulating supply 7,738,000,000. We can immediately see here max supply 28 billion coins to be ever made, or tokens. Total supply is 17,738. Those two numbers check out. It's only the information on CoinGecko which lacks the max amount and has a small discrepancy. So yeah. What do we have here? Website, KASPA.org. Good news is I'm seeing a white paper. That's an immediate link. Why do I like it? Well, most of the time, seeing a white paper is a condensed informational version if you start doing your own research into cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. White papers will give you a rundown of the code and how everything works. Naturally, during this live stream, I'm not going to get deeper into detail on the white paper. However, do know that it exists. Let's hope it exists, because I'm seeing here on my tabs something quite strange. So yeah, do know white paper gives synopsis on how everything works. Generally, it is quite technical, but you should get a part of the fundamentals right. You see explorers here, KASPA, meaning it has its very own blockchain, assumingly. KASPAD, so true explorers, meaning it has its own blockchain, meaning it is a coin, not a token. I'm going to rehearse this fact. What's the difference between a coin and a token? A token can be pre-mined and doesn't necessarily have a blockchain of its own with its very own distribution mechanism. A coin, on the other hand, has its very own blockchain with its inbuilt algorithmic distribution mechanism. Why this little changed definition when compared to other CryptoBull episodes? There's a little case called XRP or Ripple, which does and doesn't really have its very own native blockchain, by reason it was minted beforehand, before its own blockchain was launched. So in a sense, Ripple on that account is a token and not so much a coin. However, if I were to take the general definition of a coin, well, naturally Ripple would apply. It's a matter of semantics and a variety of mechanics, but let's just keep it at that. It has its own native blockchain, which with its very own consensus-seeking algorithm and distribution of the tokens. So there's no tokenomics involved. It will probably work with a sort of halving cycle and mining algorithm, which is quite nice. Communities, Twitter, Facebook, Telegram, Discord, Medium, YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram. Quite a lot of communities. We'll check those out later. You can search them on Twitter. This is a nice one. Available the source code on GitHub. So for all you techies, you can verify it on GitHub how everything works and probably download the wallets over there. API, KASPA, tags layer 1. So on over to technical details. Now, if you remember the graph from Bitcoin, we might have seen that it was more or less sideways trading in the last 24 hours. Over here, KASPA seems to be in quite a heavy correction with a major dip occurring here. Take a look at the last 7 days. So yeah, we could say there's some sideways trading going on here, though I have the impression it's getting dippy. Let's continue. Last 14 days, you can see it is in a bullish movement. Whereas Bitcoin was more or less sideways trading with plenty of volatility, you can see here it went up very nicely and now seemingly is in some cool down from the bullish momentum which occurred in the last 14 days. Set them over to 30 days. You can see the same trend establishing. Nice bullish sentiment and a little cool down right now. 90 days. So local peak. So quite recently, I might say, perhaps an all-time high was established. It seems those who bought in at the beginning of this year will be in very nice profit. Congratulations, guys. It's 180 days. May 2025. Let's go to max. So it was incepted last year, or listed at the very least, in May 25, 2022, which was approximately during the heavy corrections period. So yeah, and now it's peaking and now undergoing a nice little correction. Is there other information I might have missed? I'm going to check out on over here coin market cap website. These are the explorers. Yeah, catnip, it's great. Only one explorer here. Communities, plenty of communities present here. We'll check those later. Chats, Discord, Telegram. Okay, source code available. White paper, does it lead to the same one? Yeah, I can tell leads to the same one, so it checks out. Tags, mineable, proof of work, store of value, polychain, capital, portfolio. Okay. Might say, going by the tags, it probably has something to do. Same use case as Bitcoin, though what worries me is the polychain capital portfolio, meaning it's probably a finance coin. Generally do not have high hopes for finance coins. Anyway, let's take a look. First CoinGecko to see some information, basic information that I share here to see what it is all about. KASPA has declined today, that we know. Go little description. Proof of work cryptocurrency which implements the Ghost DIG protocol. Unlike traditional blockchains, Ghost DIG does not orphan blocks created in parallel, rather allows them to coexist and orders them in consensus. Whereby our blockchain is actually a block DIG. You can see Ghost tag in action in real-time block DIG visualizer. Generalization of Nakamoto consensus allows for secure operation while maintaining very high block rates, currently 1 block per second, aiming for 10 per second, dreaming of 100 blocks per second, and minuscule confirmation times dominated by internet latency. Includes a lot of cool features and subprotocols, including reachability, query DIGs. So that's a lot of technical terms. Luckily, I have quite a technical mind. So without really knowing what Ghost DIG represents and what block DIG really is, or what I mean with the Nakamoto consensus, let's just say that the major change, or one of the major things where it concerns KASPA, has it to do with its block time, whereby they want a quick validation or creation of blocks of their blockchain. Very high block rates, currently 1 block per second, aiming for 10 per second. So that the consensus is applied to multiple blocks per second, it seems. Okay. It's all and nothing telling, like they say in Dutch. So, no idea. Can trade on centralized crypto exchanges. Most popular exchange is MEXC Global, where the most active trading pair is KAS USDT. Okay. Zayo and Trade Ogre. Also, people who are in the chat, questions and feedback can be given. Generally, I'll look them over at the end of this video if there are any questions or remarks to be made. Or if you hear certain mistakes that I'm making, I will gladly rectify them. So, CoinGecko isn't really giving anything. So same here. Well, the founders is envisioned by an R&D company, DAG Labs, through investment by Polychain. Okay. It's a community project, completely open source, no central governance, and no business model. Naturally, open source, I like the idea. It's the way to go within a blockchain. No central governance. I would love to believe, but seeing as I'm on episode 85 and I've seen plenty of claims to that, we shall see when I open up the websites and do my research. No business model, wait and see. The founder is Jonathan Sompolinski, postdoc CS at Harvard University on the MEF, Ethereum Virtual Machine, probably research team. No, that's wrong. On the EMAV research team. Jonathan's 2013 paper on Ghost Protocol is cited in the Ethereum white paper. Ghost Protocol does ring a bell somewhere. KASPA co-developers and contributors include cryptography doctoral student Shai Wyborski, CS master of Michael Sutton, yada yada yada, cryptography researchers. So plenty of academic roaring names who do not ring any bells with me, which generally isn't a very good indication. Probably people trying to make a name for themselves and quite renowned in the community, but not to me in any case. KASPA is unique in its ability to support high block rates while maintaining the level of security offered by proof-of-work environments. KASPA's current mainnet operates at 1 block per second. Okay. Then road code developers and researchers will work on stretching the capability to the limits, think 10 or even 100 blocks per second. Okay. Includes a unique monetary policy which decreases emissions geometrically over time based on a 12-note scale of music, known as chromatic phase. This policy activated on May 7th. With a block reward of 440 KAS, the block reward will be halved once per year, but smoothly. Every month, the block reward is reduced by a factor of half to a half. One half to 1/12. This means that the ratio of block rewards in consecutive months is exactly the same as the ratio of frequencies of two consecutive. So musical notes are implemented. Okay. Hence called an octave. So they are defining through music blockchain and they're halving. Okay, it is a manner of operating. I'm pretty sure there are more easy ways to do so, but I guess it's just academics effing around without really having a good reason to it, just with the exception of because it can be done. That's about it. Note that the policy dictates how many coins are minted per second, regardless of the block rate. Should KASPA change the block rate in the future, the reward will be adjusted accordingly to maintain the same emission rate. So basically what this is saying is that it works a little bit like Bitcoin in the sense that you mine and you can earn coins, or KASPA in this case. However, as blocks are being produced at increased rates, they implemented an algorithm designed a little bit on musical notes, whereby halvings do occur once a year, but the rewards are being reduced through an algorithm independently of the blocks themselves. I'm going to say, okay, it's complicating things, which shouldn't be complicated at all, but okay. Let's roll with it. It is a manner of operating. That's about it. So I'm going to assume this is going to be a Bitcoin alternative. That's my assumption. Let's see here. This is the website. My good friend Alex Lazar says, good website, good functioning website is key to your business. And this one seems to load quite nicely. KASPA overview. Fastest open source, decentralized, and fully scalable layer 1 in the world. Okay. World's first block DAG, a digital ledger enabling parallel blocks and instant transaction confirmation built on a robust proof-of-work engine with rapid single-second block intervals. Built by industry pioneers, led by the people. Website is built and maintained by the KASPA community members. Okay, cool. Though it seems that it's more going to be a competitor to the cryptocurrency project called Nano. But this one more relying on the fundamentals of Bitcoin, so it's going to be a combination of both. So the strength of pure proof of work of Bitcoin, but whereby they try to imitate the speed of transactions with Nano, and naturally they have their very own distribution. I'm going to say it sounds nice in my opinion. Let's just hope it lives up to the hype, because in the past plenty of Bitcoin alternatives have been incepted, and one by one they failed, such as Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Silver, etc., etc., all trying to better the granddaddy of all cryptocurrencies. Perhaps it's the toxic Bitcoin maximalist speaking here within me, but most of the coins were met with actual high hype, a one-time all-time high before crashing down and remaining quite level over time, never really breaking the all-time highs of the past. So I'm a bit fearful for this one. KASPA at a glance. It's a community project. It's cool. It's cool. First fair launch date, November 7th, 2021. So 2 years ago. Okay. Hashing algorithm K heavy hash. Consensus proof of work block DAG. Support platforms, Windows, OS X, Linux, Raspberry Pi, ticker KAS. Block time 1 second currently. Circulating supply 17.74 K KASPA. Sorry, cat is demanding attention here. Max supply 28.7 billion coins. Market cap that we already know, technically speaking. Ghost protocol. Way too curious what it is about, so let's click on it. Let's see if I can. Yeah, okay, it redirects towards the white paper. We'll get into that later on. Perhaps I can see what it will be about. Minuscule confirmation times. Okay, includes a lot of cool features. So protocols including reachability query. Okay, key features. They've got very fast transactions with almost instant confirmations, and are quite scalable. Now, what do I have to say about scalability? If your project is quite new, it's less than 1 or 2 years old, which is the case with KASPA, well, getting ahead by saying we are the most scalable one is actually deadbeat. It is a marketing trick. No hard feelings. Well, no hard feelings. No insult towards the KASPA developers and community, but generally your community and activity on the blockchain is going to be so small that saying we are very scalable isn't really a very convincing aspect of your project. If you are something like Bitcoin and you can support the heavy loads, the heavy transactions, even the ordinals which are on Bitcoin, you can support it without needing an additional layer 2 solution. In that case, you may say, okay, we are very scalable. But you guys are what? 1.5 years old? With all due respect, but scalability shouldn't be mentioned here. It is marketing talk, in my opinion. However, this is purely my opinion. You guys can shoot me later for that one. Efficient proof of work. Optical mining ready K heavy hash algorithm for consensus and security of the network. Algorithm combined with OK. I'm a bit curious how they do it, so I'm going to open it up. With no compromise to decentralization. Security, I'm going to assume it is the same as Bitcoin. You've got miners who support the network, who keep I've lost my words here. Who keep a copy? That was it. Who keep a copy of the blockchain onto their miners, which is being verified. All information transferred. Yada yada yada. Hashes and security. So basically the same as Bitcoin. I'm going to say by reason they use proof of work. Overcoming the problem of blockchains. Okay, get the latest wallets. You've got KASPA web, a mobile wallet. You've got a desktop wallet, a KASPA command line wallet, or generally, as it's called, a core wallet. Now, if I may give a little bit of advice here, the safest one is going to be your command line wallet or a core wallet. Second most secure is going to be a desktop wallet, though if you have a desktop wallet, rest assured that there exists a variety of software which can copy and maintain a copy of your private key. The least secure are mobile wallets. You should only use those if you make instant transactions on the go. Generally, if you want security, I suggest always taking the core wallet. This is not only applied to KASPA. This applies to all wallets for all different cryptocurrencies which exist. Just a little educational hint. Decentralized applications supercharge your life with automated finance, with change literacy. So that's probably going to be Unstoppable Revolution, become your own bank. That's going to be a decentralized exchange. Zelco is the world's first gateway for Web3, the easiest way to navigate all major exchanges and blockchain protocols. Zelco empowers to quickly find, manage, trade, and truly own their digital assets and informations. Probably something like Change, but another alternative with more services. KASPA news. If I may give one hint to the community, for the news here, is it possible to change a little bit the titles? Put them in black and not in white. The reason on my screen they are very hard to read. I have to highlight them there. KASPA Alpha Rust release on April 15th. Postmate April 5th, April 4th. Currently, there seems to be daily updates for news articles. Let's see if it's the case. Yeah, it seems to be quite regular updates, I'm going to say. But to the community, little heads up, try to change the titles in a black font because I can barely read them. Probably if I'm on my desktop computer, I can more clearly read them, but nope. That's actually bad for the eyes. Representation is everything. Exchanges. MEXC, CoinX, Gate.io, Hotbit, TextBit, Vitex, xt.com, Xegex, DigiFinex, TradeOgre. From what I can tell, it's mainly being used for trading. People probably speculating on it, which isn't very good news. Well, it's nice that there's a use case, but speculation tends to wreck projects quite quickly, even those who have been around for several years. Just saying. We are a growing community and are always looking for enthusiastic people to join the project. If you are a coder, marketer, vlogger, community manager, enthusiast, or anything else to join KASPA, Discord and say hi. Okay, public donations. Okay. That's actually the first time I'm seeing a donation fund. It's cool. I'll leave it at that. Blog Explorer, guess for your information explorer, KASPA Wiki. Let's just take a look here. Yeah, sorry, the cat's here trying to break my focus. Transacting with more than 1 million KAS in 24 hours. Seems to have been quite some whale movements. You can see your live transactions, so nicely filling up. Small ones and bigger ones. Active addresses in the last 7 days seems to be in a decline. Let's see, 30 days. Some volatility, that's a more natural occurring. You can clearly see here the hype that is occurring. 90 days, what does it tell me? You can clearly see here a little bull run going on. Though in the last 7 days, especially today, it seems, considering transaction count, things are going low. So perhaps the hype is slowing down. Slowing down quickly, it seems, in the last 30 days. Whew. In the last 3 months, there was an all-time high in amount of transactions, but seems to be falling quickly. Considering the amount of active addresses, probably small addresses being made, but it seems to be heavy speculation that a hype is slowly burning down. So do watch out with that one. Actually, I haven't told it yet during this episode, but I generally mention this every episode. I only invest in coins and tokens which at the very least have been around for 2 to 3 years, or even an entire market cycle, so at least 4 years. My reason that I can verify information like this and see how it is performing, is it worth my time? Should you invest in it? And those graphs will be tiebreakers for you. On one hand, you can use them to see when you should step in, but at the other side of the coin, you can see if the hype is dying down or if something occurred with the project and if it's stabilized. On this account, you can clearly see some hype has been going on and corrections seem to be occurring. That on the side, so not financial advice, it's just simple educational insight that I'm sharing here. KASPA Wiki, that can actually, which I hope it is, so this is a little Wikipedia, it seems. It started, looks quite. Oh yeah, so they give you a little rundown on how everything works, how to create, how to start mining, wallet node KDX. That's a little, I'm going to say, rundown on how to set things up. Actually, the thing what I'm doing here, but more in technical detail, more addressed to the community on how to do things. So if you belong to the community, or if you are watching and you want to get involved in KASPA, and you have questions where it concerns setup of wallets, nodes, etc., etc., I'm going to advise looking up the KASPA wiki. Probably most of it is going to stand in there. I'm going to re-enter it. Just by reason, from what I've seen here, getting started, intro, frequently asked questions, what with topics, wallets, nodes, mining. So that's a rundown if you need information. Yeah. Merchants, those are probably going to be the exchanges. Just going to take a quick peek to be sure. All right, so these are all companies and enterprises which accept KASPA for payment. Let's see here, Serbia, Montenegro, Turkey, mainly Turkey. In a bistro in Albania, it's getting accepted. Small technical store, around 4 to 5 coffee, Rebarb Media. So there's only 8 companies currently accepting KASPA. It's good to know, probably or perhaps somewhere near you. That's odd. Let's see about vision. Perhaps in more layman terms, something is built here. So okay, it's highlighted. Fast as internet speed allows one to build a system to surpass the limits of Satoshi's version 1 protocol, also known as Nakamoto consensus, yet adheres to the same principles embedded in Bitcoin. Contrary to Satoshi's vision, Bitcoin did not become a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. Instead, it's solidifying as the ultimate store of value, or e-gold, and that's pretty much it from the Bitcoin side. Is automatic achievement by any measure, or is it one of the most important in human history? So yeah, basically, they are saying, look, Bitcoin currently has a little bit outlived its purpose as being, well, digital currency, so to speak, as a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. I disagree on one hand, but I do see where they are hailing from, because myself, I will admit, Bitcoin indeed has become more as an ultimate store of value or some kind of e-gold. Though it established the peer-to-peer electronic cash system principles. What you need to remember here is that their vision is they build upon the existing consensus Satoshi Nakamoto, the group or the person, created, and they want to improve upon it. In itself, nothing bad. I believe it's a fair deal. So I'm a little bit of a Bitcoin maximalist, but I'm not as toxic as some would expect. Conspiracy theory, yada yada yada. We don't deal in conspiracy theories. We deal in plain facts. KASPA looked to silver, which presents a different trade-off versus gold. In the original arithmetic text, that was KASPA, silver was historically treated as less precious than gold, but more circulative, less valuable, yet more acceptable as payment. This prospect, we call this project KASPA, an Aramaic word for silver and money. You can see academics who are behind this. Consensus of KASPA is designed to address what we believe to be leading challenges for the second decade of crypto as technology matures and its adoption and integration, yada yada yada, primary vectors. It's not trivial task. Providing instant confirmation. Yeah, it falls in line with their idea of how am I going to put it in clear English then? I'm going to say that's basically their vision, which is something we covered when reading CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap. They want to be a Bitcoin alternative, but with changes made so that the confirmations and transactions occur much faster than the 10-minute maximum delay on the main layer of Bitcoin. They want more blocks, but at the same time, confirmation times being sped up and being almost instantaneous, something which the cryptocurrency project Nano already achieved with their very own proof of work consensus. So I might say they are more direct competitors to Nano and not so much to Bitcoin. I'm going to give credit where credit is due. Most cryptocurrency projects promising to be better than Bitcoin tend to break down Bitcoin, whereas these guys are actually quite fair in their treatment. They're not downright burning it down, but they do underline well-known, I'm going to say, aspects to Bitcoin, which makes it less interesting for its intended purpose. It's going to be a better payment alternative. That's basically it. And so on that account, I might say, okay, fair game, fair game. Well, general expressive state will be also two layer 2 operations. Wait. So since transaction ordering is the main challenge of any consensus protocol, KASPA's base layer focuses on becoming a fast and scalable transaction sequencing, also known as proof of publication engine. The base consensus will therefore maintain a state of payments only, Utixo said, whereas computing more general and expressive state will be also to layer 2 operations. This should be done by adopting the thought process and innovation led by several Ethereum researchers and developers who are building rollups. Rollups technology reduces the cost of running base consensus nodes by decoupling computation from data availability. So their scaling is being done on a layer 2. I can't say that I'm a big fan of making use of layer 2. By reason, everything done on main layer tends to be better. So that implies there's going to be an opening for leverage and probably exploits. Do watch out. Factor rollups centric Ethereum will fragment the network in a composability. Change the underlying assumptions and dynamics. Smooth operation between the siloed rollups will require a special liquidity provider to serve the purpose of bridging the gap. And an ecosystem. I'm going to quickly read through it. So yeah, something about rollups that they want to implement, everything to speed up transaction speeds. That's their vision. Now, I was a little bit surprised reading tokenomics. I believe it was fair game, and that nothing was pre-mined, so tokenomics weren't needed. So fair launch, KASPA is 100% open source community managed. Emission schedule that halves once per year via smooth small monthly reductions by a factor of. Okay, yeah, okay, it is tokenomics, but that we already know. And as they have calculated, you have a KASPA release schedule, which shows you guys exactly how many coins will be mined per set month. It's cool. You can save this one as it's probably I'm here at 2035. The last one being mined in 2037. So it's a fair amount of time which will pass, but I might say it can be quite short. But okay, fair game, fair game. Let's hope they have a solution when everything is mined, unless they do not plan on doing it that long. Twitch, KASPA EMA. So far, it's actually looking quite good despite some of my critiques from what I'm currently seeing. Let's see here, contributors. That's the founder. Positive aspect, I'm seeing a picture, and I'm seeing the social media referrals. Bonus points in my book. Why I like seeing the team behind it, if there's a centralized team, naturally. What I do want to share is if you have a team and you want to showcase it, a team who is doing actual development, I want to be able to verify them. And I can do so as the links seem to work. Oh, hush. So yeah, and naturally does check out postdoc Hebrew University. So that's the CEO. Co-developers Michael Sutton. Same here, same here. I'm going to click on the social media, but you guys can verify and dox the entire team yourself. And these are some members. Gavin Wood. Okay, that's a renowned name. Newman. So you can dox them yourself. I'm not going to get deeper into it. Seeing I try to maintain the 1 hour limit here. Get involved, KASPA Q&A. So there's questions and answers being made. A little forum, it seems. So do check it out. Features. The trilemma, once again, so that we already know. Resources. Website tools and resources to get started with utilizing KASPA. These are the wallets. Block explorers, exchanges, that we already know. So mining, so that's everything you need to start getting involved with KASPA. Developments, consensus research publications, Knight protocol, Rust language coding. Okay, so keeping you updated. Mining, yeah, I'm quickly going through it. Distribution, that's the mining software. Miner, BZ Miner, SRB, Team Red, KASPA Miner, G Miner. Those are the mining pools you can join. Here you can find some resources. If you want to start mining, that's something I always advise to my students. Do a profitability calculation. It's indicated even here. Do a profit calculations as soon as possible before you get invested, so you don't make losses. That's it. To show. Close this one down. Phantom Ghost deck. Going to quickly read through it, though I have a better idea of what it is now, what the Ghost deck is. To quickly read it through. Yeah, okay, so is probably the most important part. Phantom protocol. The biggest difference here, from what I could read with Bitcoin, is that Bitcoin discards a variety, plenty of blocks, which were a result of an attack onto the network. Phantom DAC, on the other hand, incorporates them and makes them part of the ledger for some reason, but puts them later where it concerns hash. So why, I have no real idea. Theorem final, theorem preliminaries. Not going to read it through here live. It's 14 pages, but quite structured and quite technical. And just explaining the Ghost deck here on basis from what I'm reading here and translate towards plain English terms is going to take me about 2 hours, so well beyond the scope of this live stream. But as I said, look up the white paper if you're quite technical like myself, read through it, and you will see how it works. Let's head on over towards the social media. Twitter, Facebook, Telegram, Discord, not going to open it up. Medium, YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram. Main goal of verifying the community, see if there's plenty of activity going on. How well they're doing, etc. But from what I've seen with recent updates of news articles, I'm going to assume Twitter and Facebook are going to be quite active. To save the date on Rust alpha releases, which was today, yesterday, 4 days. Twitter doesn't seem to be that active. Shut the AMAs. Come on. And not on Twitter. They tend to be quite. Yeah, naturally, I can't verify this one. Need to be logged in. Not going to do it at the moment. It's on CoinGecko. It's odd. Closing it down. Ah, that was the Facebook page, but redirects. Okay. Small mistake on CoinGecko there, needs to be fixed. Those are the news articles, same as we saw on the main website. Needs to load up a little bit. Yeah, I'm currently on the laptop. Desktop is mining heavily back here, so I have to do it with my Crypthusiast's laptop. Today's 5 days, 7 days, 3 weeks, 3 weeks. I'm going to see. As expected, more videos are available. A few videos a month are being produced, it seems. KASPA animation. Okay, YouTube channel seems to be quite recent in activity. Only 24 videos, playlists, merge, KASPA snippets, EMAs, Twitter Spaces, integrations. Okay. It's still quite small channel for a project like this one. Discord, Twitter. Okay. Check out the YouTube for the EMAs. Generally, you learn the most from an EMA or Ask Me Anything. I highly suggest doing so. If you want to get involved with the community, I've seen they've got a Discord. I suggest heading over to Discord instead of Telegram. By reason, Discord has multiple channels in general for specific community questions, such as general talk, announcements, wallet talk, discussions about mining, etc., etc. So it's a little hint, educational hint I'm giving to you guys. It's on LinkedIn. There's 2 employers linked. The updates, which we all know. LinkedIn. Yeah, the internet isn't really working on my side today. Oof, on Instagram, not too many followers, not too many messages here. But you can tell they've been around for a little while longer. I'm seeing here posts dating from last year. Oh shit. With that, we've done a little tour of the community. With that, I'm going to head on over towards my synopsis. Well, from what I've seen, KASPA seems to be a Bitcoin alternative. Um, I'm going to say it is slightly refreshing seeing it from what I usually see on my Crypto Bull episodes. Most of the coins and tokens that I do a live stream analysis about are either about finance or bringing a variety of innovations between brackets onto the cryptocurrency market, but tend to boil down to be, well, plain money grabs. Um, KASPA is unique in the sense that it seems to be following the hype from 2017 2018. That was a period which plenty of cryptocurrencies were incepted who tried to imitate Bitcoin and make it better. Plenty of examples are still running today, but you can clearly see on when doing a technical analysis on the charts that they aren't really performing well. So I'm kind of surprised seeing KASPA being just about that topic, that its use case is, well, being a better version of Bitcoin. What is refreshing to see here is that they do not start outright bashing Bitcoin. They do praise its fundamentals and what it achieved and how it is currently viewed. And it is currently viewed indeed as reliable storage of value, as digital e-gold, and that it surpassed its use case of being peer-to-peer electronic cash system. And here we have KASPA saying, look guys, we're going to work further on Satoshi Nakamoto's vision, and we are going to implement changes within our very own native blockchain that we have created based on Bitcoin fundamentals. It's nice to see, in the sense that they made an attempt to program it from the ground up. And that's a nice thing to see. There isn't plenty of Bitcoin alternatives who pride themselves to be Bitcoin 2.0 were nothing more than hard forks. They just used the same fundamentals of Bitcoin, made a copy of it, and changed a few aspects like the block time or the total supply, etc., etc. They weren't really unique. KASPA in this case is quite unique in the sense that they built it from the ground up. So on that account, kudos, guys. To be honest, I went in with some reservations where it concerns KASPA. By reason, it has been hyped up by influencers that I follow on Twitter, and generally, if I see them hyping something up, that's generally not a very good sign. It means they have been paid to shill. However, in this instance, perhaps they have been paid to shill. Perhaps they just jumped on community hype as the price went up. Um, Myself, what can I say about KASPA? Will I consider it perhaps taking it up in my portfolio? Perhaps, but I'm not entirely convinced. Why am I not convinced? Well, I know of other alternatives with the same vision and use case as KASPA, with an already established community, with transaction speeds which are already instantaneous, um, with things that are less muddling about. I mean, it's very fun to read how the distribution of the coins work and with which kind of factors they work, and that they say, yeah, we relate back towards music. It's all fun and games, but at the other hand, that's some creativity without real bias. It isn't really a marketing aspect. It isn't really something which adds value. And in a sense, I get why KASPA reached its hype currently, but at the same time, I fear that this hype and its current peak that you saw here during this live stream, where I did a small technical analysis, is actually more a result of speculators jumping onto it as marketing was slightly increased and now is decreasing. So people are cashing out. And that it might follow suit with other Bitcoin alternatives from the past, like a Bitcoin Cash, like a Bitcoin Silver. So I want you guys to watch out with this one. I'm not going to prevent anyone from taking it up in their portfolio or holding the coins, but I do want to stress out, do watch out, because it has much similarities with, well, previous Bitcoin alternatives, of the alternatives who tried imitating Bitcoin and say, we made some innovations, we made some, what's the word again? Innovations, adaptations. We changed it so that it became better. And I might say, yeah, they have made some improvements. That's the word. They have made some improvements, and they are unique. And indeed, they build it up as a main layer. They develop their very own blockchain without really forking from what already existed. And to that, I give entirely kudos. But at the end of the line, they still try to be a Bitcoin alternative, um, an improved imitation of Bitcoin. And in the past, that has shown to be not always turning out all too well. That's actually a quite negative note to end on, but I do want to stress out, because this channel is orientated towards education, crypto and blockchain education, and not giving trading advice. On that account, I can only talk about experience from the last couple of years that I've been in cryptocurrency and blockchain. And that's actually my remark that I'm sharing here. The Bitcoin alternatives tend to have their moment of glory before going down. And so with that, I'm going to end this episode. If you guys just want to know what my opinion is, I'm going to say it looks trustworthy and it is quite unique. Naturally, invest at your very own risk. Do what you want with the information shown on screen. Everything I've been talking about stems from my own experiences within the cryptocurrency market. Opinions are naturally my own. Do with the information what you will, as has been shared here. It's my first time encountering KASPA and doing an in-detail exploration of the project. With that, I'm going to end this episode. Thank you guys for watching. If you like my content, naturally, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, or follow me on my social medias. So go check my profiles on Twitter. By the way, under sign here, that's my alias on Twitter. You can find me there. With that, I'm going to end the episode. Thank you guys once again for watching, and until next time. Bye.